What's up, everybody? I want to tell you about Anchor. If you haven't heard about Anchor by Spotify, it's one of the easiest ways to make a podcast with everything you need all in one place. Let me explain. Anchor has tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. When hosting Anchor on Anchor, you can distribute your podcast on listening platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and more. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. And best of all, Anchor is totally free. So download Anchor, the app, or go to anchor.fm to get started. And, you know, I'm a veteran, so let's hear some more military cadences. What's up, family? So, you guys know about this download scene and these people getting caught up in download situations and relationships where people discover that someone was playing for the other team and all of that. Fortunately, that has never happened to me. You know, everybody tries to find the signs and symptoms, but I know today there's new age things. Everybody's on a different vibe. Everybody's sexually fluid. I mean, how would you react if you found out your partner was on the download? I don't know. It's dangerous. I mean, what about the monkeypox? That's always my first go-to. But let's play some stories. Let's get started here.
Child, I am ill. Anyways, so story time, and I'm gonna fit it all in one because I know I can. So I wasn't dating. He was my sneaky link, and I'm talking about a great sneaky link too. He is one of my videos, and I said, "Oh, I love my sneaky link so much. I'll get pregnant by my sneaky link, bitch." All right. So, anyways, so one night we was in the middle of a session. We was in the middle of a session, and I closed my eyes for a minute just to take a break, and I guess, he still wanted to be in the mood. So I had my eyes closed, and usually he'll put on, like, corn. So I heard the whispers and the murmurs of the corn. I was like, I rolled over and saw what he was looking at. Baby. Okay, I thought I was going to be able to finish it. Okay, so mind you, give me a second. So I'm like, okay, I hear the noise. I'm like, well, this is normal. I get a little, I was like, Then I roll over and I saw what I saw. What I saw was, this, but the this didn't match with that, and the this and the that were suspect. So then I say to myself, because I said to myself, when you're in this type of situation, people be lying, like, oh, I would have said this. You're lying. I went with it. So this is what I said. Well, listen, babe, what you want me to do? I can do your peace sign, and I can separate it. Do you know, they said, oh, if you do the peace sign, I trust you. Not if I trust you, like, I trust you.
So I don't know what she meant by that part, but literally what she was saying is that she was sleeping with a trans man, and so she didn't know it. And I guess this happens to a lot of girls. Like, I didn't think it was still happening in this day and age. Like, y'all not, like, looking at things and feeling things. Interesting. So, yeah, and she said it was, like, some of the best sex she had. I mean, I bet. I mean, it was a dildo. Yeah, I don't know if she stayed with this person. I mean, she seems to be, She said she was a victim, but she enjoyed it, so I guess it wasn't so bad. Yeah. Let's go to the next story.
I'm in the mood to tell you guys a story. Want to hear it? So I just turned 21 and I'm living in Chicago. Well, I'm living in the suburbs of Chicago, but I used to go to Chicago every weekend to go hang out and party because, I'm 21. I met this girl. I don't really remember how I met her, where I met her. Probably met her on Black Planet or something. I'm obviously telling my age. So me and her hang out platonically as friends. I'm a lesbian, by the way. So one night we go into the city to hang out with her friend and her friend's boyfriend and maybe one other person at a little house party. Drinking, smoking, having a great time, and then eventually throughout the night, people start getting hungry, so someone suggested a McDonald's run. Mind you, I would never eat McDonald's now, but then I care. Her friend offered to go, and then she asked if I wanted to ride along, and I said, sure. Mind you, I just met her that night, but she seemed cool, so whatevs. In hindsight, I just wonder why she didn't ask her boyfriend, but, I was drunk and high, and I'm 21. I don't ask questions. So her and I jump in her car and head to McDonald's. On the way there, we're having a little small talk, as one would. She asked me about my sexuality, asked if I was bi or lesbian. I told her lesbian. She goes on to talk about how she's not homophobic and she has no problem with gay people. She's just not gay. And I'm just like, okay, girl. In the midst of the conversation, she pulls off into an alleyway. I'm thinking that she's taking a shortcut. If you know anything about the city, sometimes you can go down the alleyway to do a little shortcut to get to your destination. But then she rides around to an abandoned building. I know it hasn't been 3 minutes, but I feel like this is a good place to stop for part 2. Just to see if you guys are listening. So let's get into this part 2. Once we pulled into the abandoned building, this chick parks. Mind you, I'm pretty buzzed, so my reaction time is kind of slow. What's going on? Then she goes back into her spiel talking about gay stuff and people being gay and how she's not gay, but she's not homophobic. I'm like, am I about to get gay bashed? What's happening? Then she says one last time, I'm not gay, but it's something about you. Then proceeds to lunge at me. All I seen was lips and body. This chick pretty much pins me against the door, making out with me. While this is happening, I'm still in processing mode. I'm like, what is going on? Before I could even figure that out, this woman jumps in the back seat of her car. She then proceeds to start unbuckling her pants. I'm over here like, what the where your clothes at? She's frantically taking off her pants, and she's signaling me to come to the back seat. Like, come here. I'm like, no. No. She proceeds to beg and pull at my arm, trying to get me to come to the back seat. I said, ma'am, I am a lady. Take me to dinner first or something. Haven't even gotten to McDonald's. Eventually, she gets the hint, and she's like, so you really not going to? I said, no. She says, all right, buckles her pants back up. Long story short, we go get the McDonald's, go back to the party, have a good time, pretending like it never happened. Next day, my friend hits me up on some BS. She said that girl told her boyfriend and told her that I tried to take her. Like, I tried to SA her. Look, those are some serious accusations, ma'am. So I told my friend everything that happened, and my friend believed me. And I never saw that person ever again, and I'm happy that I didn't, because you got some issues, boo. That got me thinking about some other stories, but I will tell you guys later.
So that one was kind of crazy, and I already knew where it was going, because anytime somebody keeps like mentioning to a person that's of something they don't like, and it's like awkward. And I guess, like she said, she was high, she didn't get the hint, but I got the hint as soon as she kept saying that in the turn down the alley. But Yeah, we knew that relationship wasn't going to recover, but that's literally not how it works. Like, just because someone has a sexual preference doesn't mean they want you. And I think a lot of people think that, even like girls that are bisexual, like a lot of, and I believe me, I'm speaking as an observer, but I kind of have a mind to see the like, just because someone prefers something, don't mean they prefer you. I think that a lot of people still get that mixed up. Like, oh, she's gay, so she wants every woman, or he's gay, so he wants every man, or they're bi, so they want to just sleep. It's just kind of like, there's still levels to this, man. Y'all are kind of crazy out here. Let's go to our next story.
I'm looking a hot mess, but here's another story time. So this was a while ago, but my boyfriend at the time was over my house, and it's like a Sunday evening after midnight, so he's sleeping on the couch, but his phone is blowing up, and I'm a little concerned, so I look at the lock screen. What's this? Messages from a dating app. Oh, that's interesting. So after a year and a half of never looking in his phone because I don't believe in that, I open that bitch right up. He's been on here for 3 months having conversations with women. Excuse me. Yes. Yeah. Wake up because you can leave. Yes, it's really that simple. And it's all, wham, I don't know what's wrong with me. You ask why I can't love you, and I don't know. You cook, you clean, you've got your own house, like, you're supportive. I don't know, you're perfect. I know, that's why I've been asking. So I said, I'm trying to ask this in the most respectful way possible, but do you think you could be gay? And so he's like, I've been talking to my friends about this, and I asked them if they thought I could be gay. Well, sweetie, I think there's our answer.
Right? Next story.
So, quick story time while I wait for my ride home from work tonight. I know this chick with this guy. She was with him since they were like 15. They have 2 kids together. He ends up going to jail and doing 20 years for a murder that he did not commit. He was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Someone killed someone and he got accessory to murder. So he's been locked up 20 years. 20 years. All right. So when he comes home, sex is not how it used to be 20 years ago. So she's like, I don't know what's wrong with him, and he either come too quick or he don't get hard. And the only time he do get hard is when he play with my ass. Baby, your baby daddy been doing other things in jail for 20 years. He don't like girls no more, but...
Right? I think, like, straight or gay, if a dude did 20 years, let him get out and figure out who he is. I think, like, getting in a relationship with somebody that just is fresh out of the penitentiary after that long, they don't even know who they are in this world anymore, let alone preferences. And, like, it is a slippery slope and a dangerous game to get with somebody that's just been locked up that long. I just feel like they can't even like comprehend the world and how much is moved along in life, let alone their preferences and what they like, what food. The McDonald's menus changed so much in 20 years. What do you imagine what the sex palette is like after being surrounded by dudes for 20 years or females for 20 years? I mean, y'all getting out and being committed with these people, good luck to you. Let's squeeze in one more story.
This post was found on Reddit. Husband pays for him and his friend to sit in first class, but pay for his wife to sit in economy. Y'all gotta listen to this story though. So the wife wrote, my husband and I haven't been on a trip out of country for years, while he goes every year with his best friend. His reasons for going with him is because they both go to attend sporting events. This year, my husband told me I could go with him and his friend since they were visiting a new destination. He paid for my ticket and everything else since I'm a stay-at-home mom and have no job. The kids were left with my mom. However, when I found out that he had booked first class for himself and his friend while I got economy, I just couldn't hold my tongue. I confronted him about it and he at first refused to discuss. Then when the argument got heated, he yelled, I paid for your ticket. Isn't that enough? Then kept on about how I should stop acting like I was royalty and that if I come to think about it, even economy is fine for me since I technically don't work anyway. I cried because of what he said, but decided to just not go all together. Good job, sis. He changed his tone and started begging me to just go with what he planned, but I declined. I don't blame her. I went to pick up the kids from my mom's house, and he came back 3 hours later, huffing and puffing about what happened. His friend sent me a text calling me entitled and said that this is the reason why he didn't want my husband to take me with them, and I just proved his point. I did not respond, but I blocked him since he's gotten increasingly rude over the past few months. He, my husband, said I keep crying about being excluded, and this is what happens when he finally decides to include me. Now, I'm trying not to speculate, but you and your friend have went out the country multiple times, but you ain't took me in years. You had the nerve to get 2 first class for y'all and excluded me by putting me in the back. And I'm supposed to be your wife. You try to embarrass me by telling me I should be grateful because I'm not working anyway, even though I'm taking care of your funky ass kids. And then your friend had the nerve to hit me up on some catty shit. It's giving beard. Cause what? Y'all leave y'all's thoughts in the comment section, please. Peace.
That is crazy. First of all, when you're married, you're not supposed to put anybody over your spouse, number one, let alone your friend. There are so many red flags in that whole situation. The fact that they've been going on these trips for a minute without her, and they in the first class. Like, how would you put your wife back in economy? Like, it's like the fog that some people are under. I cannot. That has been it for today's messy relationships, impossible download relationships. Let me know what you think in the comments. F is for Family is signing off.